I'm Nicholas Stenger. I'm a driver at Barrick and Stewart. We pick up milk from dairy farms and haul them into bottling plants and different types of dairies that use milk, raw milk from the cows. We actually haul for a couple different co-ops that the farms belong to, and basically each of the co-ops own a dairy, what they call a balancing plant, which is any milk that basically they can't find a home for, they take into the bottling plant or the balancing plants, and they make some products with that and then sell it, but they prefer to send it to the bottling plants as much as possible. My job is important, I guess, because everybody needs dairy products, and the milk is only allowed to set at a farm basically about 48 hours at the most. So then we have a set amount of time, I'm going to say probably another 48 hours to have it to the dairy, and it has to be pasteurized. That's the first thing that they do, is pasteurize it, and then they make different products. They'll separate the cream out of it. Usually that goes to ice cream and butter. They make cheese, but we have to get the milk out of the farms because they can only hold so much in their tank, and the milk can only get so old, and then the tanks have to be washed and sanitized like 72 hours. It takes an average of about an hour from the time you open the valve and start unloading milk till you're ready to leave, and about a half hour of that is pumping milk. The other half hour is the wash process on the tanker, plus the driver has to wash the equipment, the pump and hose and everything in the back of the trailer every trip. One thing with hauling raw milk is, and I don't know how many other industries there are like this, but when we get blizzards or anything that closes the highways, we're actually usually exempt. It depends on the state, but it's so important to get the milk out of the farm so they can keep milking. That's the main priority, that we're actually exempt from road closures and everything, like usually when we get bad snows and stuff. I guess what got me into this was I actually started here right before I started my senior year in high school, working in the shop, and I ended up wanting to drive. I grew up around milk tankers. I didn't know a whole lot about the industry growing up, but a lot of the people that I work with I've known most of my life. It is a good job. It's very steady. I always joke and say that it's sometimes too steady, because I'm still expected to go out and at least do my best to get the milk hauled